Well, guys, welcome into the post-game. Newport County taking on Wrexham AFC down there at Rodney Parade. Rodney Parade today was a chilly 6 degrees at kickoff, but it was a packed stadium. We'll get the numbers to you as soon as we can, but it looked really good. The scenes were great. The pitch was a little hard, maybe a little cold, but it was fair for both sides, and it really did look pretty decent considering the conditions. I think the ground crew down at Newport County did a fantastic job, considering it's a rugby field, yeah? Take that to point. But both teams would have fair play in the game. You got to say, though, referee we'll talk about as well. Talk about the fans as well, which both sets of fans fired on their teams brilliantly in this one. And I tell you what, this North-South Welsh derby really went down to the wire and kept both fans in the game. One goal was all she wrote. We're going to tell you about it right now. Getting into the first half, County really would pressure in the early stages, going close on 11 minutes. A free kick awarded by referee Mather on the edge of the box. Morris fires over. Just when the game is starting to develop, though, referee Mather has a little bit to do. In fact, he gets the red card out and sends off William Boyle of Wrexham on 17 minutes. And I tell you what, take a look at the highlight reels when you can. You can consider that this might have been a red card, but maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I think a yellow card would have done pretty good, but you tell me what you think. 10 on 11 for the remainder of the game. Phil Parkinson would see the referee's yellow card. A couple of minutes later, I don't know why. Maybe Phil was having a go at the linesman. It didn't seem too obvious. And Phil looked a little shocked at the yellow card. Phil Parkinson, Wrexham coach, does get the attention of referees once in a while. And like I say, referee Simon Mather was not endearing himself to either sets of fans at all. He was a little bit too wound up. And on that red card, it wasn't just the referee that sent Boyle off, but a very overzealous linesman. You could lip read the guy saying, definitely a red card. I think keep the guy in the game, yellow card, keep the entertainment alive. Who knows? But Newport fans loving it to seeing that red card. Wrexham fans, not so. On 33 minutes, though, the game would then explode into life. Got to say, fantastic goal. Delaney crosses in, and Palmer Holden, who we talked about in the pre-game, heads in an absolute fantastic header into the top corner. Arthur Okonkwo can get nowhere near it. I don't think any keeper in the world would have. But Palmer Holden, 1-0, Newport at half-time, and the County fans were going nuts. Wrexham fans, however, got to say, nothing to cheer. Referee didn't give anything for Wrexham, didn't go Wrexham's way. It seemed it was all one-way traffic with the referee, one-way traffic with the way the game was going, and at half-time, 1-0 was all we had. Take a look at the half-time stats. It does tell a story. And remember, guys, as you go through the stats and as you go through the images, remember, press pause, hold it there. I'll be there after you're done, carrying on. But moving on, second half gets underway. Got to say, the 10 men of Wrexham were holding Newport off the board, doing very well and also making chances. Although, as you'll see by the end of the game in the second half stats, not many chances were made by Wrexham on this day. And that man being sent off, Will Boyle, really would impact the way Wrexham would play. Newport, for their better half, would say, you know what, we're going to sit back slightly, soak up the pressure. And also, Nick Townsend, it seemed every time Nick got the ball, it took an eternity to get the ball back in play. A lot of time wasting going on in the second half. Referee Mather didn't see that, but you know what? We'll talk about Mather in a minute because, like I say, he didn't endear himself to Wrexham fans, and he didn't really endear himself to Newport fans, although most of the calls would go Newport's way, much to the delight of Graham Coughlin, the Newport coach, not to the delight of Phil Parkinson, the Wrexham coach. But you have to say, it is what it is. Newport did enough in this game to get the win. Being a man up gave them the advantage for pretty much most of the game, and they did very well. I can also say Wrexham played out of their skin to stay in the game, but it was so much closer to getting a goal than actually getting a goal. Nothing really developed in this game for Wrexham, and you can say at the end of the day, 10 on 11, they were a little bit stretched. Conditions were against them. I think morale was not really in this game. The referee not giving too much to Wrexham really must have played on the heads of the Wrexham fellas because they didn't drop their heads, but they didn't get into the game like we know they can. But on the day, 1-0 to Newport County. Let's take a look at the second half stats and the table. So the Welsh bragging rights from north to south goes to Newport County this weekend. Like I say, Graham Coughlin and the guys will be quite happy. Man of the match is definitely, for my money, the only goal that did anything in the game, the only guy that got on anybody's cross, Palmer Holden, making it 1-0. And you got to say, see that goal in the highlight reels, a top header. He puts it away beautifully. And again, I say, Arthur Okonkwo in goal could do nothing about it. But Wrexham staying second, as you can see in the table. Things are looking good. You can't win them all. And on the day, you have to say, bragging rights goes to South Wales with Newport County. Wrexham fans, get yourselves home safely. More games are coming, but you can't win them all. Let's get ready for Blackburn Rovers. Next game up in the FA Cup. Cheers, guys.